Hi everyone, here to give you a little introduction into your rigorous curriculum design project that we're working on with your team in your weekly meetings. So starting off, I will be sharing with you the rosters of who will be on which team and when they will be meeting once those forms are completed and I have time to assign you all to groups. This should be shared by the Saturday after you complete that form. So keep that in mind. I believe that is Saturday the 12th, 13th. Saturday the 13th. I will get that shared with you, as well as the template that I'm about to go through. I'll share that with you by Sunday, January 14th. But I'm going to go through this really quickly with you so that you can see what's expected. Before your first meeting, it's really important that you read chapters 1 through 7 of Rigorous Curriculum Design and the article Questioning the Questions. That information will be important as we work through that first part. So I have a video uploaded already, and I'll upload this video I'm making now. I'm above it, but how to access our online HMH textbook for 9th grade literature within the Coweta County school system. You should have access to it. If you do not, please reach out to me and let me know, and I will work with the curriculum department to see if they can give you access so that you can see the short stories that are read in our curriculum units, see some of those resources as well as you go through that planning phase. The first meeting, you're going to be going through the template and working through some of these processes. So you're going to be identifying priority standards, unwrapping those standards, unwrapping it, the standards graphic organizer, working through supporting the standards, essential questions, and big ideas. Before each unit, you will likely be asked to fill in some information, but then after the unit, you're going to be asked, or after those meetings, you'll be asked to go through and make sure that all of that is finalized and you are ready to go into the next group session. So let me show you the template really quickly. Each of you will have a color within your group, so you'll be adding your information in your colored boxes throughout those weeks and throughout the planning processes. There is a link right here to the 9th grade language arts standards. This unit is on short stories, so keep that in mind. It should be a 6-week unit, and then Georgia short story standards are also noted below. So if you just want to look at those standards in isolation from the standards and progression chart, that is perfectly acceptable. You'll be going through and unwrapping the priority standards. When you see page numbers, this is where that is mentioned in the textbook. So you can go back and refer to that if you need to. You're going to unwrap the concepts, what students need to know, and then unwrap the skills, what students need to be able to do. You're going to reference Bloom's taxonomy and depth of knowledge. So those links are there as well for you to access those research tools as you're completing that process. You'll go through and create some essential questions that are needed within that, and then corresponding big ideas. So you'll be noting these again. Each area is color coded, so if you are yellow, you'll be adding your information to the yellow screens as you progress through this whole assignment. Week 2, then, and I'll fast forward just so you can see the overview of the whole project, asks you, this is your planning organizer. So what are you going to do, and how does it correlate with the assessments that students are asked to do at the end of the course? 9th grade literature would have that end of course test. So there's a Georgia Milestone Assessment Guide of what students are going to be asked to do. There's some selected responses, constructed responses, and extended responses within those language arts questions. There's also scoring guides and answer keys. So then how will you do that? What are some pre-assessments that you will give? And then what unit vocabulary terms and interdisciplinary connections are important from those unwrapped priority standards that you've identified. So again, everything, like I said, is color-coded. Moving on, week 3, this one is not color-coded. You'll be working together as a team, but it's really important that you organize your thoughts ahead of time as you move into these. So now you are actually planning out how you are going to engage students in the learning with some performance tasks. So you'll have task 1, 2, 3, and 4. Brainstorm 3 or 4 possible tasks. If there are 3 people in your group, 3 tasks. If there are 4 people in your group, 4 tasks. strive to make them relevant to students' lives. That's really important as we work through a lot of the tasks and learning and planning for instruction, is making sure that it's rigorous, which is part of the rigorous curriculum design. It's relevant for our students and it's realistic for our students to be able to complete. So, moving on, authentic performance tasks. You'll have task number 1, you'll be pulling down Bloom's taxonomy, unwrapping priority standards, and then depth of knowledge as well. Full details of task 1 will be there. So again, you'll be collaborating on this as you work together in that 1-hour meeting. This is then how those tasks are evaluated. So the scoring guides, it's advanced or exemplary if they meet all the criteria, plus what? Some of the goals, these all goal criteria. So what are those? Are they just progressing? How do we know that? And then beginning. And you'll do one of those for each performance task. And then at the end of your unit, week 4, you're going to be going in to all those performance tasks, and you're going to say, okay, what are some instructional strategies that then would be appropriate to support students that are struggling or that need extension possibly? So high effect size instructional strategies, that's going to come from your research. Instructional strategies specialized, so what's differentiation, what supports or enrichment, like I just mentioned, could be needed. Intervention strategies, how about English language learners? If you have those in your class, what might they need? As well as fictional students with IEPs. So create a student and a standards-based IEP goal that they may have. And then down here, what are you going to need to accommodate that student? Apply, what are you going to apply when they're doing the learning and the activity? How to use strategies effectively, and that student name again. Again, it's a fictional name. Please do not use current students. I don't want to know that much about any students that you currently teach. Make up a name for that individual. But then there are plenty of resources down here, as well as the What Works Clearinghouse. They may have some strategies there that may help you. High leverage practices. There are articles throughout that may help you. I'm trying to find the one that I saw earlier. Vanderbilt Center for Teaching and Learning has some great resources as well. So please keep in mind, you're going to be pulling in those research-based ideas there to finalize this unit. Again, this is a collaborative process. So as you're meeting, you're going to be giving each other feedback. When I do my weekly things, I'll be sending out, okay, make sure this is turned in or completed before you go into those evening meetings. But if you have any questions throughout this process, please let me know. We'll be working together as a team to create this unit over short stories.